Hey guys, it's SCNS Live here at Dallas Comic Con 2013, and we're going.
Hi, Harley Quinn here, taking over for SCNS Live at Dallas Comic Con. We've got such guests here as Kevin Conroy, artist Amanda Connor, and so many more. Yeah, we're gonna go interview some cosplayers and just let him lay there for a while. Keep on nerding. Hi, Harley Quinn here with some cosplayers, Ramil and Heather. I'm gonna go ahead and interview them about their costumes. So, tell me guys, how long did it take to make each of your costumes?
About 3 months. I had most of this in my costume trunk for the magic show, so it worked.
Yeah, mine took about 3 months also. I got the helmet and then I just started adding piece by piece every little piece of the costume.
Awesome, you guys both look fantastic, by the way. So tell me, why Zatanna?
I'm actually a stage magician, so is my father, so it worked. I could do the storyline and believable.
That's pretty awesome. And how about you, why Red Hood?
I like Red Hood because to me, he's what, if I was a superhero, I'd be the Red Hood. I would be a Batman that would kill.
So you think you just beat him up, don't send him to jail, you need to get rid of him?
Exactly. I would kill the
Okay,
Joker first.
so how many years have you guys been coming to Dallas Comic Con?
This is about my 3rd year. I used to go to it when it was just that little hallway before it became this big thing. And it was
A
fun
little
then.
tiny little walkway, basically.
And this is actually my first Comic Con ever, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, welcome and enjoy the crowd.
Hey guys, if you recognize, I just found some of the 501st Legion. You guys always are out of the cons. You look great. I love. You guys got your own room this time around.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Okay, you're Corey.
Yes, I am
And
Corey.
You're
David.
David. Sorry, I had that before we went on camera. Trust me, I did. You guys, the costumes are always great. You guys pull out. You're always popular. You can't go anywhere without seeing a Stormtrooper getting taken a picture of. What kind of costumes are we expecting to see from you guys this weekend?
Lots of Stormtroopers, wouldn't you say, Corey?
Yes, we have a lot of Stormtroopers coming out this weekend. We do have Darth Vader walking around here somewhere today.
I can hear him. I just
Yeah, he's back there. David here is dressed in the Imperial TIE pilot costume.
It looks great. How long does something like this take?
Depends on the armor. TIE fighter pilot, if you have the money, you could probably get it within, half a year maybe, because you got to piece it all together. You got to buy, you got to find the vendor, buy from the vendor. Then you have armor like this, you have to piece together. So it's a mixture of waiting and building. Now,
And money.
and money. Now, a stormtrooper, you have to get the armor, and then once that big brown box shows up, you have to size it to your body. So, and nobody's the same.
Yeah.
So you literally have to.
I
Okay.
thought all Stormtroopers were the same.
You would
Oh no! Those are clones. These are Imperial.
These are original.
Enlistees.
I got you.
Yeah.
And it's not only armor. I mean, you guys do stuff like this. Blasters and everything, and it looks great. Speaking of blasters, though, you guys are allowing some of your compatriots to be shot over here. What is that all about? You just letting them get shot? What's
Well,
going
I
on?
gotta go get shot myself right now as we speak, but it's called Blast the Trooper. It actually started with the 501st as the Legion as a whole, and it was a big hit. It's a great way to raise money for somebody that needs money or for a charity. Usually we give it to the Peter Mayhew Foundation. That's where the money usually goes. But this year's a little different. We have a member whose friend, her name is Carrie, has cancer, and she really needs our help. So, we help each other out. So this money this year, this DCC, is going to be going to her.
That's awesome that you guys do that. That's
Thank you.
You're not only bringing stuff to people, but you're also helping people. I'll let him
All
go.
right, go get shot.
He's so much louder in person with the thing on. Okay, if someone wanted to go and donate to help carry out, where would they go for that?
Well, we do have links on our websites for donations and for the different events that we do. We're the 501st Legion, so you can go to 501st.com, 501st.com.
Bottom of the screen.
Cool, there it
Go
is.
there, take care of them, guys. All right, guys, thanks for interviewing with us.
No problem, thank
I'm
you.
gonna go. I'm gonna go step up Darth Vader.
Hi, I'm here with Jeff of Comic Book Divas, and we're going to go ahead and ask him just all about so you guys can learn, because it's a really cool publishing website, Facebook, everything. So Jeff, tell us a little bit about Comic Book Divas so our viewers can learn what it is.
Well, Comic Book Divas was started back in 2008. And what we basically do, we base our comic books around actual models and actresses in our comic books, and we put them as the actual comic book characters in our comic books.
That's awesome. So, like, what sorts of comic books do you put out? Like, is it all original, or like, what's going on? Do the girls write it themselves, or?
Well, I'm actually the head writer. What we basically do, we just use their likeness for the comic book characters. Right now, what we're doing is primarily a little bit of horror, because that's where we kind of started. Right now, we're really promoting Squirrel, which is based after the Alfred Hitchcock classic, The Birds. Except in our story, we also based it after a true incident that happened a couple years ago, where this security guard was at a school, and he thought that this baby squirrel was attacking the kids.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that story.
Yeah. So he decided to pepper spray the squirrel.
It's a menace. Squirrels are menaces to society.
They're horrible, horrible creatures. So basically, our story takes place after the squirrel has been rescued, which it really was. It was set out into the forest, and they release it. Our story goes after that, to where the squirrel goes back to his squirrel buddies in the forest, and he chatters and says, "This is what happened to me." So they all decide to descend on this small town, and they create chaos.
So it's sort of like a revenge story.
You know, birds, they never really gave an explanation why the birds attacked the small town. We're kind of upfront saying, it's a revenge type thing. And what's neat about Squirrel 2 is anybody that has seen the original Halloween, it's got PJ Soles in it, who is known as the Totally Girl.
Yeah.
Who was also killed by, I think she was the first person killed in Halloween. We've got Rhonda Shearer from the original USA Up All Night. And we also have Anjanette Cluis, who's going to be here on Saturday. She's going to be here, and she's a B-movie actress. So
that's really cool. So you guys do a lot of really good stuff for not just only the women, but just comic books as a whole. So yeah, that's Comic Book Divas. You should check out their Facebook. They're really great, and their Squirrel sounds interesting. Definitely give Squirrel a look-see. They've got issues here to buy. So yeah.
we have issues, period.
So guys, just rolling around the con floor, I found a Poison Ivy. Great costume. What's your name, ma'am?
Chelsea.
I know this other girl named Chelsea. She cosplays as like Scarlet Witch. That girl's What's up, CJ? How you doing? Good to see you again. Good to see you again. So how long did your costume take?
That only took about a couple of days of construction. It's mostly just hot glue and leaves. And it wasn't really hard to do at all.
You sustained some injuries to your you've got less thorns on your...
My poor shoes. they kind of got all beat up. I have no idea how. I specifically went to like a lot of pain to make sure that they would be more durable, but that didn't work out.
I know the one thing about you guys, like right before cons, all the cosplayers are all just in a frenzy trying to get all their costumes together.
Oh, you have no idea.
Everyone I know that cosplays, like the last, 5 days before con, y'all are just frantic?
Yeah, there's a lot. Usually 9 times out of 10, you're working on 1 or 2 or 5 or 6, in my case, costumes at a time. I was literally working on this at work and finished it 10 minutes before I had to leave work.
You got an awesome job unless you do cosplay.
I do. I pretty much got paid to make this.
So what else can we expect to see from you this weekend, though?
This weekend I'll be doing Inara Sarah from Serenity, and I will also be doing Scarlet Witch again on Sunday.
Sweet, man. Gotta say, the Scarlet Witch is one of my favorites. I mean, just for obvious reasons. Okay, that may have sounded a little lascivious. I didn't mean to say it like that. Why are you looking like that? Look, it was just a comment. It's a compliment. Oh!
You take it back.
I
Red's mine.
apologize for my previous comment.
Anytime, Red.
Thanks. Okay, guys, like I said, we love talking to creative people at these conventions, and we found one that really is going to stand out here. This is David and Nan, part of a web series that apparently doesn't have a name. Can you tell me more about this unnamed web series?
It is the unnamed web series because I can't think of a name. I'm sorry, but it's something I came up with. I've been always been a fan of science fiction and things like that, and so I came up with these 2 characters. I do the voice of this guy, and Nan does the voice of this character.
Oh, so that's what you do?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Right. It's Gunnar and Russell.
Yeah.
So what kind of adventures do Gunnar and Russell go through?
In the first episode is when they meet, and then they have a mission that they go through, and then in the second one, just another mission, and it's just kind of them going through these wars or battles or whatever, things like that.
So you both work on the series. You said you do the voices. Do you do anything else in the series?
We have production meetings. He kind of tosses ideas back to me and back and forth, and we kind of decide, together what sounds good, what might work, what may not work.
It's a very cool in-house operation. I like it.
Actually, it's not in-house. I live in Florida, and he lives in Arkansas. So
Interesting production meeting. Okay, with voice acting, it can be done that way. And
we do it over Skype.
we do a lot of things over Skype too. I understand you're not naming your series. We jokingly didn't have a name for our show. We called it the Untitled Super Cool Nerd Show at first, and someone thought that was the real name of the show.
So it's stuck.
But so where can we see the adventures of Gunnar and Russell?
That's on YouTube. I have a production blog. It is 2613media.blogspot.com.
Okay, and you can see that right there at the bottom of the screen.
Right there.
See that? I love doing that. Movie magic right there. Okay, so what else what should we expect to see from this? Where are you hoping to go with this?
I've got more ideas, more stories, and we'll just see, maybe build on the characters a little bit more of their interaction instead of just focusing on action, maybe their interpersonal relationship.
Okay, and how do you feel about the interpersonal relationships, by the way?
I'm fine with it.
I like her.
I'm all right.
Okay, guys, go check it out. It's at the bottom of the screen. And thanks for interviewing us. Go check out the adventures of Gunnar and Russell. Thank you, Nan. Thank you, David. Appreciate it. Hey guys, I got Patrick, Chris, and Aleister here who are going to tell us about their project. They are authors of this book here, Phalanx Alpha, and Sanctuary, and a comic machine as well. Oh, wait. Here, I want to hold them all. Give me. All right, so I'm just going to hold these and look pretty while you guys talk. So tell me about your series, guys.
Well, we've got a few different series going on. The main one, the Rise of Sithri, is the book that all 3 of us wrote together. The other books are sort of independent. They're individual series, but this is the one that actually started the whole little imprint that we're running here. So that's the one we kind of all write together. The structure is a little bit different than most fantasy books that you're going to see because we're actually working with 3 separate storylines, kind of in the same story. But it all pays off in the end, and we're gambling on a different structure, but it's going to work out.
So tell me about the first one. Is this a continuance? Tell me a little bit about the story.
Imagine 3 kingdoms at war, and we're each writing from a different kingdom's perspective, basically.
I like that.
And this is actually going to be a series. We have, I guess, like 5, who knows how many books. We haven't really...
It's going to go on for a while.
Yeah, we got a long while to go. This is book 1. Book 2 should be out later this year. October?
Yeah.
Yeah, October.
I like the idea of the three of you have written this, and is there a point where y'all like come to blows because maybe parts of your stories don't exactly mesh with what the other guy wants to do?
You know,
yeah. Usually it's when one of us wants to kill off a character and the other guy's like, "You can't kill my character." That's fine.
No, we're actually we work out pretty well. We seem to get along. We've all got the same idea, so it kind of works out well. No, it works out pretty well.
But it's an interesting aspect. You're writing 3 different parts of the story, and then so your writers, meaning you probably have to change a couple things when you guys get in there.
We do a lot of prep work. There's a lot of internal discussion back and forth, a lot of chatting, a lot of IMing, a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails back and forth. Just to get it all right.
So this one's going to be a series, and it's 3 kings. So the name of the book is The Chosen. Where can we go to pick this up, by the way?
That's actually the best part. They're free as ebooks this weekend. I don't know when this is going to be available on.
It'll be available Saturday, hopefully.
Okay, so if you see it Saturday, you can get most of these books free as ebooks. You can only get the print books here at the conventions.
Oh, one print book. Okay, so that's one. All right. So tell me about the Wind Riders. Tell me about this one.
Okay, the Wind Riders is that's a story that I've actually been working on for a long, long time. When I first became a writer, or first pretended to be a writer, I wrote the Wind Riders. And I got a couple books in, I realized I wasn't quite, up to par with what I needed to be. So I stopped, I did some other things, I came back, and I started working on this series again. It's a very, to describe it, it's a fantasy series, but it's a very raw fantasy series. It's like take a typical fantasy world and rewind it back from the medieval age, which a lot of people will go with, back to more like a tribal, more barbarian style time period. So it's intended to be very raw, very young in the time period.
I'm sorry. No.
Don't you want me to sign it before you take it?
Please.
But that's also intended to be a series. It's smaller. You can tell it's smaller in length. So what I do is I actually write smaller batches of chapters at a time, and I release them more frequently, is the intention. So it's not my primary series, but I work on it as much as I can on the side, and I enjoy the characters, I enjoy the story, and I intend to work on it for a long time.
Having love for something, that's what makes it worthwhile.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got Aleister's book, Phalanx Alpha. There we go. They know how this runs. Please tell me about Phalanx Alpha, man.
It's really good. It's the first.
I'm gonna need you to sign this, and I'm gonna take it.
I got check it. It was my first attempt at writing a full-length novel, and it was took place. It took maybe 3 years to actually get it to the point it's at right now. It took a lot of editing and a lot of changes, and I actually learned, true to Michael Crichton's words, it's not a career of writing, it's a career of rewriting. So every time we think we're just about finished, now we've got to go back and change it up. But this is a modern-day sci-fi story. It's about Earth and certain interactions with potentially extraterrestrial beings, and it starts off much global story, looking at lots of different regions and how what their reactions would be, and then kind of focuses into a conclusion and a climax.
Cool. I like the plot of each and every one of the books. Okay, so let's say they don't make it out to Dallas Comic Con, and you're watching this a couple months later. Where can somebody go if they want to get some of these books?
The website.
Hold on, I got that. It's right here.
Yeah, it's on the front banner, but thefourthrealm.com.
Right there. So you just go here. Go here. It'll also be in the comment section. Go check it out. Guys, thanks for interviewing with us. Great. I want to see more of your series and hope to see you guys out at more conventions.
Absolutely. We appreciate it.
We intend to be here.
Cool. And we're going to be here all weekend too. But big thanks, guys. Go check out the books. And if you see this video, come Sunday. Get you a free copy. Nothing better than getting a book. Thanks, guys.
Agreed. Thanks.
I do like reading. All right, so guys, I'm talking to Mr. Paul Black. Mr. Black, thank you for interviewing with us.
Thanks.
About you've got a couple of novels here, but you've got one that's been out for its 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Tell me about this one.
Yeah, this is a 3-book series that came out in 2001. It's called the Tells Trilogy, and it won the Writer's Digest Book Award for science fiction. And yeah, at the 10-year anniversary, the publisher put all 3 books into one book and put it back out, and it's been doing real well.
What made you want to get into writing?
Well, I'm in advertising, and I'm not per se a copywriter. I'm an art director, but I also write a lot of copy. And I'd written some short stories, and my friends read them, and they said, this is good. You should try the long form. Try a novel. And well, one thing led to another. I picked up an agent, and away it went.
Sounds great.
I didn't try to be a writer. I always want to be a writer. It just kind of fell into it.
That's probably the best way for things to happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to be kicked into doing what you should be doing.
Yeah,
okay.
True.
So we've got the 10-year anniversary of this in
Yep.
the Tales trilogy, but your latest has the Samsara Effect. It's already winning awards, so I hear, right?
Yeah. It won the It won the Independent Publishers Book Award for science fiction this year, and it also won the London Book Festival for science fiction.
So tell me about this book. What, without any spoilers. No spoilers.
Without spoiling it. Well, it's kind of a Michael Crichton-esque book. It's not real hard sci-fi, but it's about a scientist who discovers a way to image memories. But in the process of learning how to image memories, he discovers at the end of the scan of his own brain that there is a lot of hours on the scan at the front. And he goes, well, if my memories are at the back of the scan, what's in the front of the scan? And he discovers a way he's imaging past lives, memories from past lives.
Okay.
And I know, it's a little metaphysical.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like Michael Crichton meets Deepak Chopra, I think, in kind of a strange way.
What you need to do is go find this book before it becomes a movie.
There you go.
Because it's original, and they're going to snatch it. You're going to get snatched
And that's just the first 5 chapters of the book. Then the book takes off from there.
Okay. That's the first 5 chapters. Okay, it sounds like you got a winner on your hands. No wonder it's one.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so if somebody wanted to go get this book, that you can probably get this book right here.
There you go.
Where would they go to get this?
They can find my books anywhere online, and this may actually still be in Barnes and Noble stores on bricks and mortar on shelf. If it isn't, I'm everywhere on the web, so you can grab it there.
All right then. So you need to go and check this out. And this website, we're going to put that at the bottom of the screen, right? Okay, we can do that.
There you
I
go,
think I can
right
do
there.
that. Oh, there it is. There it is. I was wondering where that was. I keep misplacing it. Get out of here. Okay. So go check it out. This sounds like a great read. Mr. Black, thank you very much for interviewing with us. I appreciate it.
Great chatting with you, man.
And I'm just going to take a copy of this.
I
That's
think
it.
you can.